Has been 453 days since now 16-year-old Sebastian Rogers vanished from his home in Hendersonville. His disappearance sparked national headlines, but now his father says the case is losing momentum. With National Missing Children's Day coming up on Sunday, he is raising his voice and demanding urgency. News 2's Caitlin.
I went and talked to neighbors, and every single one of them, every single one, welcomed me. And if they had video surveillance, they gave it to me. The only person that would not talk to me, as the only person that had something to hide and wouldn't talk to me. You know, she has a son that's hiding and waiting for somebody in the dark, late night on the 25th. And there needs to be some explaining for that. I'll just leave it at that.
That we are going to keep searching, we are going to keep looking, we are going to find him, and we are going to bring him home.
Since we first aired the video last month, authorities have said no evidentiary value.
It is of no evidentiary value. It is of no evidentiary value.
Can you tell me what those lights are?
No.
Why?
Because the investigation remains ongoing.
Yeah, I'm working on behalf of Sebastian. I am not, my client is Sebastian, and they're the guardians that have the ability to sign.
It just started. Hi Dad, I know this is gonna sound weird, but tomorrow's picture day. So could you send some decent clothes over to me so that I can wear the decent clothes and be handsome for my birthday with all decent clothes? Mom.
Because our heart is missing. He is my world. I need him. I need him back with me.
All right, welcome everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Give me a second here while I get set up. We've got a lot to go over, a lot of new footage. Very interesting stuff we have discovered. Even more. I could probably do 2 shows with what I've got. So this will probably be about a 2-hour live, but there's going to be a lot of stuff, a 2-parter here. So, yeah. Jazz, thank you so much. Oh, I appreciate that. And again, it's a team effort, but I do appreciate that. Oh, I just wanted to say, I don't know if Cajun Juju's in here. I literally set up the new mic. For those that don't know, Cajun sent me money for a new mic, and I had it set up and everything. It's kind of like this, but it's more of a professional grade mic. The only thing it doesn't have, it's not an big issue, but I have to order something to remedy that issue, but it doesn't have a headphone jack. All my mics that I've had 3 of them, all have a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack that goes into them. And the one that I bought, I just assumed that they all had one. So this one that I bought does not. It's not a big deal. All I have to do is just get a headphone extension and plug into my actual tower. But for the meantime, I'll have to continue using this for the next live or 2 until I get a headphone extension, and then Really have the new mic set up. So if anyone sees Cajun, let me know so I can repeat that information, because I was really excited to use it today. But anyway, oh, thank you. Oh, thanks, Michelle. I appreciate it. Okay, guys, so much to go over. Holy moly. Let's get on with it. And also, it's not the new one yet. This is still the old one. For now. We'll have the new one set up here, hopefully by mid next week. Let's see. Anyway, all right, let's So let's start here. Okay, as always, you know what? I just give a quick shout out because I just think this is just the most amazing thing. If I can spell. Sebastian Rogers. There we go. But once again, just a huge shout out to Voices of Truth. I will continue to say that until his birthday because this is such an amazing thing. Voices of Truth, part of that party that's responsible, are in here in the chat. What an amazing job getting a sponsorship for Culver's, spreading awareness for Sebastian Rogers' case. People on December 7th, which is a Sunday, they can get a free malt, which obviously is something that was Sebastian really loved, which I think is so awesome. So yeah, LA law enforcement. Yeah, I didn't want to make the title super big. So yeah, LA law enforcement. We'll get right into that here in a second, but I just had to shout them out. That's just such amazing work, what they did. And again, strangers more or less, but I know, these people aren't really strangers, but you know what I'm saying? The fact that they can go and do this, and yet whereas, Crispy and KK, with when we saw the Pig Fest and we saw all the pull that they have, with their sponsorships, and yet they couldn't do anything like this for Sebastian's upcoming 17th birthday. It's just mind blowing. And I think this is just amazing to expose them in so many different angles. So, all right, let's get into it, guys. Yeah, if you can't hit that like button, let me get things set up here for a minute. A lot to go over. I do have a poll going on. Now I know it's not everybody's probably favorite theory or hypothetical, but let's just say, if Crispy was only involved in premeditation and, the aftermath, do you guys think that he would take a deal if, the pressure was put on enough, that he would flip on Katie? So I'm kind of curious to see where you guys are sitting at. So far, we got 230 votes, 75% yes, he would. Petty little man, he is. I think he would. And it would be interesting. I really hope, he's alive and well somewhere. But either scenario, alive or not, it would be interesting if Crispy wasn't involved in the actual, alleged abduction or homicide, whatever, and again was only involved before and after. That would be a very unique scenario where it would, in this hypothetical, kind of benefit, law enforcement and the attorneys to try to get him to flip, right? Because the more people involved, I'm sure somebody's gonna, try to flip and take a deal. So Geeky says, yeah, I think he would. If, again, in this hypothetical, not saying he wasn't directly involved, but yeah. All right, let's get going. Okay, so this will all come full circle. This is part one. You guys have seen this. We've talked about this silver sedan scene. This is the 25th. We're just going to kind of blow through this first part, but we've shown this vehicle, and it is, I've compared all 3 days, overlapped them, ran it through AI, and it comes up to about a 90% match on all 3 that this is the same car, does the same thing. It goes up, it basically does a 3-point turn, U-turn at the top of Kellen. It's seen the night before he went missing at midnight, as you see right there. Then the night he went missing on the 26th at 2:58. Come on, where are you? There it is again at 2:58. This is the night he went missing. Does the same exact thing. Likely a silver sedan, Honda Accord. Most likely is the top most likely car. I don't think. Before I did try to connect this with the Stafford 3AM car, but now getting more information and more footage, I do think this car could have been a spotter vehicle. But we now know after this car leaves, there's another car that likely pulls in at 3:03, literally 3 minutes after this car just went up and did its thing. So it is possible this car could have been some kind of spotter, or at the very least, a very big potential witness, and the reason why this stuff should be out there, right? In my opinion. Oh, thank you, Jess. That's so sweet. I appreciate that. It means the world to me. And then on the night after he went missing at 3:15, we have yet again. And now this is where it's going to get really interesting with the new stuff we got. So the 27th, same car. I know the headlights look a little bit different. It's the same car. It just now has its fog lights on the bottom. But same car. Does the same exact thing. Does a 3-point turn and comes back down. Very, very strange. And again, a lot of people on Kellen, after after things kind of got kind of wild, there's some people that stopped talking to each other because they're kind of like a division. But in the beginning, a lot of the neighbors on Kellen, not all of them, but a good portion, were talking with each other. And from what I understand, nobody knows who this silver sedan is. They have no idea what it is. So anyway, keep that in mind. As we go. All right. So there's that car we've talked about a bunch of times, showing up, 3 nights in a row. And now with the new footage. And of course I knew this was going to happen. 1 second. This is where it gets really, really interesting. Let me quickly go up here. Cheryl, I'm sorry, it's really small sometimes when I click on the thing there. Yeah, I want to say Cheryl because it's got the B there, but I think I see the L in there. But thank you so much for the gifted 5 Mob Crew gifted memberships. I really, really appreciate that. That is so sweet. That is awesome. Thank you so much. And if you do get gifted, if you could thank that person. DoorDashers, again, it's always good to look at all the different possibilities. I'm going to be honest with you. I think the DoorDasher thing would be at the very, very bottom. After midnight, the only thing that's open is the BP. So, I mean, I know, when you're hungry, you're hungry. I guess, if BP gas food, that kind of place, works for you, I guess, but I doubt it's a DoorDasher. I would believe more like somebody dropping a friend off or something. Again, it's not impossible, but as a person that knows somebody that did Uber Eats out there, after midnight, no fast foods are open in that area. The only thing that's open is BP. So keep that in mind. All right, but this will probably change your thoughts here in just a minute. All right, so as you can see, we're on the 27th. This is the night after he went missing, right? So we're at 3:15, right? If you guys remember, that silver sedan we just showed 3 times in a row. There's a reason why I'm showing it on this night. So 3:15, that silver sedan comes by the night after he disappeared. Well, and this is kind of what it does. And these are the cameras and some of the angles we're looking at, just to kind of give you an overview, because we're going to be looking at multiple views, trying to work with all the different camera views and what we see, because I promise you this will get very, very interesting very, very quick. All right, I could have probably cut this part out. So this is looking towards the construction, the kind of entrance. So this is this camera right here. So I know it's really dark. Trust me, you'll see some stuff here in a minute, but that's this camera angle here that I'm showing you. It'll come real important. Okay, so that silver sedan seen 3 days in a row on the 27th, 3:15. Well, guess what? Approximately 30 minutes later, what do we see? Oh, and this vehicle that you're going to see likely came from the east, and I'll show you that on the map, because I did look at the long hollow camera, and I did see a vehicle at 3:44 a.m. But 3:46. Okay, here it is. Sorry, I got it super slowed down. All right. So this is the same night that silver sedan was seen at 3:15. Make sure you guys can see it. Let me move that over. Oh my goodness. That looks interesting. We got a white SUV going up Kellen Road at 3:46 a.m. the night after Sebastian disappeared. Here's another look at it. What do you guys think? Law enforcement? Undercover? Oh, thank you, Lori. Yeah. Yeah, we got to keep that heat on. No. Newspaper? No. They, so we went over, there's 2 different newspapers. One comes, I think, weekly, and the other one doesn't come until like 6 or 7 a.m. Again, it's good to look at all possibilities, but no. Newspaper, no. Again, one comes weekly, I think, and the other one comes maybe if I get a chance I'll find that vehicle just to show you guys what time it actually comes, but no. I think as a person that's done newspaper delivery, like we usually would probably barely start delivering the papers to all the delivery boys about 4 a.m. if I recall is when we got them, like 4 or 5 if I recall. So, yeah. But anyway, white SUV going up. What do you guys think? Law enforcement? undercover? Breezy says Sumner County. Could be. Could be. Now this vehicle does something different. It's tough to say, Crazy Bird. That's not a bad question. Sorry, let me turn this down. I always crank up the volume whenever I make a video, just in case you might hear something. So as you can see, we saw it turn right here. I'm sorry, I have it super slowed down. I probably slowed down it a little too much. But anyway, if you didn't notice, it turned right. So it literally, unlike all the other cars that we've seen before, it went down. So here's Kellen. Oh, sorry. Controls on this are opposite. Camera angles here. And it turns on this road, which leads to nothing, because at that time there was just a dirt mound. There's no road at that time. So this is pretty much accurate, other than, I don't know if all the trees were right there. I think that's cut down. But, you know, it was a dead end. But that vehicle just turned down there. And it just so happens we got a camera facing that way. So let's see what happens. Now we see it going back the other way. You can see its taillights. Now it's going up Devon the other way. It's going west to the cul-de-sac. Oh, let me turn this volume all the way down. Sorry, guys. So it's still in the cul-de-sac. So this is what it did. And check this out. So we're looking at this camera. We're seeing kind of that entrance. Again, it just showed you on the camera there. We are looking basically kind of like this right here. So we're kind of seeing just past the, if you want to call it like the entrance, even though there was a dirt mound at the time, but right here at the construction, we're kind of like a V shape right here. That's where we're looking. No, it does not. That's why I'll tell you what I think it is here in a minute. But I missed it. Literally just minutes before I went live. Well, maybe, yeah, more or less minutes before I went live. I noticed something that it did that I completely overlooked. And let's see if you guys notice it. But because I was kind of wondering, is this law enforcement or is this just some kind of random SUV? And, you know, I guess Kellen is the hot spot to drive at 3 a.m. in the morning and, you know, do a U-turn. That seems kind of ridiculous. Man, I slowed this down a little too much. Usually I'm doing like 2 different things when I'm doing this stuff. So, okay, here we go. Now, pay attention to the lights. Okay, let me know if you guys notice something. All right, I'm going to let it go. That is the headlights. That's the headlights. Now, let me know if you see something else. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. Whoa. What's going on up here? That's headlights, but what the hell was that? What do you guys think? And now it just turned around. Yep. That is a spotlight. I missed it the first time. So here you're gonna see it. So here's the car going back down that road, the SUV, unmarked car, and this little window here is the backyard, the same angle. This is lined up at the same time, so you're gonna see, basically, one angle, two different angles at the same time frame, if that makes sense. Yep. Yep. Yeah, and I missed that the first time. I thought it was just kind of his headlights, and because he's maybe turning, that it's just kind of showing different, kind of lighting up different stuff. But as you can see, yeah, definitely a secondary light source that is getting moved around. Much brighter too. So he clearly stops, does the spotlight for a little bit, and keep in mind, just 30 minutes prior, we had the silver sedan. Yeah. That is a spotlight. Now, as you can see, again, this is lined up. And now we're going to see, because now it's kind of done a turn, we're going to see it go up here. Oh, here's me just kind of showing the graphic. So we can kind of see the headlights. Or not the headlights itself, but the lights from the headlights. There's the tail lights as it goes into the cul-de-sac. Again, very interesting that we have an unmarked law enforcement vehicle driving around. Right? Yes. This is the 27th, one night after he went missing. Then there's a reason why I left this up, because you'll notice as it comes around this cul-de-sac, even though this isn't like a big deal, you'll notice that as it comes back down Devon heading east, as it's about to turn right back and come towards us, you'll see that it lights the construction area up again. Sorry. Sometimes I slow this down a little too much. See, notice how it's getting a little bit brighter. So we can see the headlights. It's almost like he stopped to take like an extra look before he turned down the road there. And then he comes back. Down killing. So pretty wild. But that isn't all. That is clearly an unmarked vehicle going up Killian Lane, turning onto Devon, spotlighting the construction area, and then turning around, going down the cul-de-sac on Devon, and then turning back onto Killian, heading south Um, and we always kind of thought that there was undercover SUVs driving up and down each night after he went missing. Like, I don't know how many nights in a row. I only have so many days of footage, but it's pretty interesting. The night after he went missing, they're doing this at this particular time. Keep in mind, it's not 2 a.m., it's not midnight, not 1, it's 3 a.m., which out of 2 out of the 3 nights is when there is, these weird vehicles or vehicle driving. So this is Henderson unmarked vehicle right here. Now, obviously, law enforcement uses these. Was it Ford Explorer or Expedition? Ford Expedition. So obviously, these get handed out to all the different. So it could definitely be Henderson. It could be Sumner County, possibly. I don't know if they have this. I know Henderson. This is a picture of Henderson PD. And you'll notice, like, this doesn't have the lights or anything. This is like the exact match, which is interesting. But then, and then here's just kind of a look at it there. Is it Explorer's okay? Remember, I'm dyslexic, so I'll flip them. But yeah. But yeah, it's a definite match. I don't know if Carly has one of those because remember, he's a rent-a-cop. He's not an actual full-time PD officer. Here's another. You said there was a decal. I mean, I found this morning, or actually this sometime early afternoon. I didn't see anything. I don't know if there is something right there or not. It's tough. It's much harder to see it when it goes the other way because of the headlights facing the camera. It's almost impossible to get any kind of details when it's coming back the other way. But again, it doesn't have its lights on the top. So this is definitely an unmarked car. Well, then this is where it gets even more interesting. Because what happens the next night on the 28th? So day 2, we're now at day 2, right? Again, not midnight, not 6 a.m., not 1 a.m., not 4 a.m. Again, more or less 3 a.m. What do we have? An unmarked black SUV. Well, I wonder what it's going to do. Do you think it's going to do the same thing as the other one? Put a 1 in the chat if you think it's going to do the same exact thing as the last one. Take the same route, I should say. Let me know before it gets there. What do you guys think? Day 2. I love that name. I love Harley Quinn. Thank you so much for the $10 euro. God bless you, Harley Quinn. Such a great name. Great character. I've always been a huge fan of DC and Batman and yeah. What do you guys think? Yeah. Oh, we got some 1s, we got some 2s. Yep. So, yep. Let's see what happens. Let's take a look. So again, the only difference is so far is it's a black SUV, not a white SUV. But here we are looking at the construction, right? Oh. Well. Oh. What do we have here? We have the same exact thing. Again, keep in mind for those that are just coming in, the road that these people, law enforcement, let's just be honest, is turning is this road. There's nothing. There's nothing here. It's a dead end. Now of course today there's now a road and everything it connects through. At that time there was just this dirt mound here. So it's still a dead end. It's pretty much this. So why would it need to turn down that road there? Right? Unless there was a purpose for it. Now it's tough to say if it uses a spotlight like the other one. I haven't had time to examine it. It was the other one, the white SUV. It's clear as day. It's using a spotlight. This one, it's tough to say. I'll play it one more time. It's tough to say if all we're seeing is just the headlights. Not sure if we see a secondary light source like, how we did where it lit up the trees up ahead. Tough to say, but more or less it does the same thing other than may or may not have used the lights. And then what else does it do? Well, it does the same thing as the other white SUV. Instead of coming back down Kellen, it goes down, and there we go. It goes into the cul-de-sac. It could be. Make it, yeah. Oh, he's gonna. His time's coming soon. That's all I'll say. Legit, in my opinion, his days are numbered. Again, getting paid off the back of Sebastian, getting paid hefty, service fee, and yet all you did was absolutely nothing except the opposite to help Sebastian. And you know it. You know it. And it will come to light, as karma always does come. And I cannot wait for that day. But yeah, so as you can see, 2 nights in a row. Again, I don't have further nights for now. But the night after he goes missing, undercover SUVs are seen driving up at odd hours, typically around 3 a.m. Do you think it's a coincidence that the silver sedan, the likely possible abduction or whatever they did was at around 3 a.m.? Do you think it's any coincidence that they're driving up this particular road or just driving the neighborhood? If it wasn't for them likely seeing the footage within the first 24 hours, seeing that there's these random vehicles driving up and down the neighborhood. And then, of course, you got the one on Stafford, whether it's the silver sedan or a secondary vehicle, which now I lean more towards the secondary vehicle. They saw that, and they were trying to catch maybe these people in the act maybe trying to cover something up after the fact. Yeah, not a coincidence, right, Juju? Oh, thank you. And this is only part one. We've got much more footage to go over. Because again, unlike SF, I actually dive into the footage. I don't just clip stuff for my narrative, right? I release today. Well, actually, not today. Yesterday, I released another whole hour on the Patreon. You don't have to pay for anything as far as the surveillance goes. It's free. I just put it on Patreon because it's just easier, and I know it'll be there. And so you guys can review it, download it, whatever you want to do, and look through it yourselves, right? Instead of just taking little bits out of it and making up some kind of narrative. Here is one of the neighbors talking about how they saw. I'm just going to play this part. And remember how long ago this was posted. Now, I know a little bit more about who posted this. The person that I clipped this from, because this was on one of the Sebastian Facebook group pages, it came from some lady named Andrea, but she wasn't the person that actually wrote this. Anonymous person wrote this all out, and then it looks like this Andrea lady may have copy and repasted it, something like that, under her name. But in a nutshell, it says, I began to notice random SUVs driving up Killen Lane, turn around on Devon Court, cul-de-sac, and go back down Killen Lane onto Stafford Court, then leave. This happened several times. I noticed 5+ SUVs. This happened over a 30-minute to an hour time span. Well, this was posted a long time ago, and look at what we're seeing. And then they go on to say that they believe that these are undercover SUVs, which we now know, yes. Unless somebody's driving around in a Ford Explorer, very, same, model as the ones used by law enforcement, with a spotlight. Joanne, thank you so much, Marie, for the $5 super sticker. God bless you. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. God bless you. I appreciate it, Crazy Bird. His time will come. I hate drama, but he's what he did to Sebastian's case is, again, I'll say it and I'll keep saying it, is literally one of the most disgusting, disturbing, absurd things to ever been done in a missing child's case. Period. Who in the hell fakes a possible sighting on the anniversary and knows it's bullshit? Who does that? You've got to be one sick puppy to be able to do something like that. There's something wrong with you to do something like that. It's disgusting. And it will be brought to light. Once the dominoes will fall, and I'll have my popcorn. We'll all have our popcorn ready. As once one domino goes, they'll all go, and it's gonna be magical. Karma train coming for him. All right, guys, let's switch gears. If you thought that was all, you are wrong. We've got, like I said, I've got 2 lives worth of stuff. Because I am studying, and again, even though I say I still refer to other people. So even though it may seem like, yes, I'm doing all this footage, there's so many people behind the scenes, people that are getting me the footage, and that's a lot of work just to get it to me. Then when I see some things, there's a certain people that I refer to get some advice. So again, a lot of people are, a part of this team. Cowgal, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. God bless you. Thank you so much, sweetheart. And we got, is it Pammy Bear? That's a cute name. Pammy Bear with the $20 super chat. Thank you, Pammy. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. And we've got Blessed Wife and Mama Boys. Say that 10 times fast. Gifting a mob group membership. Thank you so much, Blessed Wife. Kelly renewing her membership. Thank you, Kelly. God bless you, sweetheart. And Harley Quinn as well, with her membership and donation, I believe, earlier. Thank you so much, Harley. Love that name. Love that character. I love Margot Robbie. I'm a big fan of DC and the Suicide Squad. It's a good show. Anyway, all right, not to get sidetracked. Okay, so we got more. Now we're shifting gears to. Remember, I told you guys there's stuff that I thought could be potentially something that needs to be sent over to TBI and FBI. Before I wanted to do that, I really wanted to look to see, like, is this normal behavior, I don't know if that's the right word, normal for this kind of activity to happen in this area. And the only way to do that is to obviously look at different days, different nights, and to see, okay, does this stuff happen on other nights, or is it just happen the 2 nights, the night before he went missing and the night he went missing, and then nothing happened before or after? And if that's true, then we have an issue. And so we've been really trying to kind of, before we send something in, we really want to kind of review that. Sorry. Trent, good to see you, bud. Count Lane and Demcor is an intersection with the rounded off corners. Not really a cul-de-sac. That makes me sus as to whether that person that wrote lives there. Yeah, I can tell you the original person that wrote that does live there. So yeah, what that person wrote, I just, between you and me, I would not claim as, I don't think that's sus. Justin Arian, thank you so much. Okay, let's get into it. I'm sorry, everybody's sending me stuff, and I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Yes, I am too. And that Garmin train, wouldn't it be divine? Okay, before we get into this, and we'll dive head first. Wouldn't it just be divine justice if, we are a week away more or less from Sebastian's 17th birthday? Wouldn't it be divine justice if just something happened around that time to put those responsible where they belong? Of course, finding him, the whole, of course, having sorry, I lost my train of thought. Hearing something, but yeah, having finality with everything. But wouldn't it just be divine justice to hear about an arrest or something to that extent? Could happen. Could have. I said it before. There could be something maybe here in in a few weeks, maybe less, maybe more, that could potentially fall in my lap. That, in my opinion, out of 1 out of 10, 10 being, break the case open, I think this could be like a 6 or a 7. But we have to be patient. So right now, but there's still, what I'm going to show you is plenty suspicious. Yes, he does. Even though I've never really had a religion, I do believe, and there's definitely higher power. I do think things happen for a reason. I know everybody kind of has different beliefs. So anyway, all right, what are we looking at real quick here? For anybody that missed Thursday, right? Today's Saturday. Thursday's show. Okay, so we're looking at the camera, same home, but we are looking at the construction at 3 a.m. at night. And we had noticed something on the night he went missing, some really strange activity. Well, I went back on the 25th, the night before he went missing, and there's some weird stuff going on here as well. So, and again, you're probably like, what are we looking at? And I'll show you kind of like a daytime shot versus a nighttime shot. But basically right now, see this light right here? Kind of think of this as our North Star, right? This is like some kind of security light that I believe, again, we're trying to narrow it down, but we believe is coming somewhere from the school. It might even be this light, this post here, somewhere about here. Really bright. But this is kind of the area that we're looking at in here. But we're obviously at ground level in fall. But under our North Star is this light that comes on. Now, if you guys have seen my previous shows, it was really weird. It came on the night he went missing. It slowly gets very bright, stays on, and then kind of fades out. Well, then I went back on the 25th, as you see here, at 3:20. Basically, at 3:23, it started up, and it fades out. Now, we'll get into both 25th and 26th, but I just want to show you guys that what I said before I started playing this is that, okay, we have some activity, weird activity going around what appears to be in the cemetery area on the 25th and the 26th. So I wanted to make sure that this isn't just like normal activity. So as you can see, I've got the 27th, and as you can see the timer up here, I've got it sped up, and I'm actually going to speed it up. But notice we got our North Star, but we have no lights, no headlights, no vehicles. You'll see the little lights back here flicker. Keep in mind, especially the 27th and the 28th, it got really stormy. Not stormy, windy. I'm sorry, windy. So you can imagine all the trees these lights are peering through. So as it's windy, we got these branches that are blowing around. So obviously these little tiny lights are flickering. This isn't, obviously activity. It's just the wind. So the 27th, as you can see, from 3 to 4 a.m., I'm just going to kind of roll through it. We have nothing. Now, again, you may see some of these lights flicker. Again, it's just the wind, and I've got it super fast forward, so it's going to kind of blink and look like there's stuff. But I promise you, there's nothing. And remember, nothing under our North Star. Then we have the 28th. Again, even windier than the 27th. So 2 days after he went missing. Got a North Star. Again, I know these lights are kind of flickering. These are, again, it's super windy. As you can see the branch right here that's really close to us. It's, again, look at the time. We're just flying through the hour. Nothing. Nothing under our North Star. No cars moving left or right. Nothing. Now, if we had all the time in the world, I would show you midnight, 1 a.m. I checked different random times, not just 3 a.m. I looked at midnight. Looked at, I think, a 4 a.m. one. Nothing. So keep that in mind. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying, lady. Yeah, that's a good way to think of it as well. Yeah. Okay, so now let's get into the meat and potatoes. Check this out. Okay, so this is the 28th, right? Now, if you couldn't see, you can't see the timestamp. But if you couldn't see the timestamp, look at the difference. Does that look like I'm switching between night and day? But if you didn't know, it is literally, this is the 27th at 3 a.m. This is the 26th at 3 a.m. Is that wild? I can tell you two. Oh, I know what I did. 2 reasons for that. One, 27th, 28th, and further on, it got cloudy, and I don't know if it was stormy, but definitely cloudy. And 2, the full moon. So here, and you can see the clouds, especially when you watch it fast forward, you can see just a cloud just blowing through. Yep, the moon. Yep, the moon and no clouds. Yep. I mean, doesn't it look like night and day? I mean, almost not like night and day, but like night and early morning, right? Or late afternoon. Again, this is the night he went missing. And people still think that he wandered through here and we couldn't see him. Anyway. Okay, so the 25th. This is where things get really weird again. Okay, let's make sure my mic stays. Death by chocolate. That's funny. Thanks so much for becoming a member and supporting the channel. That's a great name. Okay, so at 3:23 on the night before he went missing, under our North Star, as I call it, we have this weird light appear. Now, thanks to my team in here, and a huge shout out to Trent there. He came up with a pretty good theory, because we have basically two things to work with, because this happens on the 25th and the 26th. What's interesting about this light is that it lasts about 6 minutes, almost to the dot. But it doesn't happen at the same times, right? So this isn't like a light that just kicks on, every morning at 3:30 a.m., right? This isn't like some set timer light. But that person, Trent, made a good point that this could be a motion light, because and I'll show you both the 25th and 26th, but they both last about 6 minutes, which is interesting. Very interesting. But this is where things, that in itself, because where it's located, again, until we figure out 100%, it seems to be in the middle of the cemetery. So I don't know what a motion sensor, if it is doing in the middle of the cemetery. Then the other thing is, after this happens, at 3:40, about 3:45. I'm showing. Okay, first I showed both of them. Okay, that's what I did. Okay, so this is the 26th. Okay, so I'm just showing both of these first. So this is the 26th, the night he went missing. And at 3:42 and 30 seconds, to, 3:48 and 30 seconds, approximately, we have a 6-minute gap. Did I say 3:42? Or 3:41? No, 3:41. 3:41 to 3:47. Basically, we'll just round it off. 3:41 to 3:47. So 6 minutes. So very interesting on those 2 days. So, is it a motion light? Certainly plausible. But now, where are we looking? And it's so hard to because even though I've got locals, unfortunately, all this is now homes. So whatever that North Star that we call, you just can't go in the backyard and look for it, because now we have all these homes that are blocking that. So unfortunately, we can't go in the backyard and look, because now it's blocked. And I'm running. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he's kind of his own worst enemy. I agree, Amber. Do agree. So, what I was able to do is about the best I could do. There's one thing that I could kind of get an anchor, as I call it, to anchor where we're looking. And notice this island of trees right here. Keep that in mind as I show this next thing here. Yes, let me pause it right there. So here's that island, and then it's hard to see, but there's these trees that we see in the dark that are basically those trees, just they're fall version, right? They don't have all the leaves. So this is kind of lined up. The only difference is one I'm looking at a Google Earth that's down, and then we have a camera view that is straight on. Sorry, it's hard when I'm looking at the camera, but basically we got something like this, right? So but this does give us where the lights would be vertically. Yeah. Actually, no, horizontally, really, actually, right? One of them. So that does put that about right in this area, that North Star, as we call it. And as you can see here, I'm kind of zooming in. The reason why I'm trying to figure that out is because it tells us, and all these other lights line up right where the church and the back of the school would be. So everything else lines pretty close up. So again, look at where this little thing is. I know it's kind of hard to see. This thing whatever the hell it is oops, sorry guys, is somewhere in this little area right here. It's not in the construction area. I promise you that. I think I have a day shot going into a night shot. You can tell it's literally over just beyond the construction site. But whatever it is in this spot. And to further even support this is what we'll see next. But this is so weird. Like, what the hell's out there? Like, what light is in the middle of the cemetery? I don't know if middle of cemetery, like edge of cemetery, however you want to call it, but it's not the school. It's much closer, and I can also tell because of the vehicles. So it's not like 90% sure it's not coming from the school. That's just too deep. There's way too many trees for that to come. I think come through, and it's so low to the ground, but yet it's just right over the horizon of the construction site. Literally, the construction site's horizon's like really like right there. So on the 25th, we have this go off, right? So we have our first incident with this light go off for 6 minutes. Then, about 12 minutes later, we have a vehicle right here. Pretty sure it's going north to south. And since we can see the headlights fairly well, I'm pretty sure I know which road that is because there's really only one road it could be. Saw a flare go off. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm not sure. Cooper, in my opinion, put there for heat for when they spotted mannequin. Yeah, I need. You know what? Everybody keeps bringing that up. Cooper, I'm glad you brought that up. I need to ask, where that damn thing was at. Because again, that's interesting though. I'm gonna text somebody. If you're in the chat, oh. Oh, so it is what I spotted. It's probably this what they're talking about. It's probably this. If you're watching, let me know. This is what I was thinking it was. Because this is about when I lined it up, that's about like almost spot on. So that is. So that means whatever is lighting up is in the cemetery here. I don't think you're putting a mannequin in a cemetery. Whatever's lighting up is in here or right here. Why the hell would you put a mannequin in a cemetery? I don't think the thing was but I'm glad you brought that up, Cooper. northeast of cemetery in woods. So the mannequin was probably up over here. Okay. Anyway. I don't want to get too distracted with the mannequin, though. But although I do want to get that. All right, so they're saying this thing is coming from some kind of like telephone pole. And it's close to the cemetery. All right, so whatever this light source is, can you tell me, because I know you're listening, can you tell me where the mannequin was located? If you could text me. Was it versus what we're looking at? Anyway, let's move on though. So we have this car. Oh, let me go back because again we're. And thank you, Cooper. And I saw you bought a hoodie or something or a shirt. That's awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I what we're looking at has nothing to do with this mannequin. Although I would like to know exactly where that is, which I'm going to learn here in just a second, I think. I think it was, again, where we showed a little bit more north. So basically to our left. Anyway, so we see a car. Now, this is what's interesting. Remember, look at the time. This is night before he went missing. And you can see that it's coming, kind of our way, right? Now, the interesting thing is if we follow our North Star, which is about right here, we have a car coming. Well, there's only one road. And here is that road. This road then goes into the cemetery. It is a private road. I don't know what you'd be doing. Not to say it could be innocent, but I don't know why you'd be driving down there at 3 o'clock in the morning. Right? And again, around the time that we had this weird light show up under our North Star. Oh, okay. Now, was it a lens flare? Or was it red or white? We'll look at all. I wrote it down, Raider. Because clearly you guys saw it. Ward Lane. Ward Lane. Oh, yeah. Okay, so the mannequin was up here. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So the mannequin was up in this wooded area here. By this barn or somewhere up here. Okay. So if you're wondering where the mannequin was, it is up here. Okay. So back to our video here. So as you can see, this car is likely, especially since we can kind of see the headlights, almost like two headlights, would make sense that this is this road. And our North Star is this thing that's kind of over here. So this all lines up pretty perfectly. A lot of people say, okay, we will look at it. That's interesting. It may, okay, if it was white, it might have been lens flare. Okay, we'll look at it. I marked it. We'll look at it for sure. Okay, and then if it couldn't get any weirder, so remember the 25th before he went missing, we have first the weird motion light or whatever this light is go off at 3:23 a.m. 22 minutes later, 13 minutes later, if I could do my math, 20 minutes later, approximately 20 minutes later, we have a vehicle coming down this private road at 3:45. Then, 4 minutes later, a little harder to see. And I was really trying to see if, like, well, could this just be the vehicle leaving back? But you would think you would see more red light, right? Tail lights. No, this looks like another vehicle coming down that same road, which again, okay, one car, all right, maybe someone's taking a shortcut. Two cars going down that road. And again, I've told you guys, I've watched a bunch of footage from other nights at that same exact time, midnight, 4 a.m., just random different times. Nothing. No vehicles, no weird motion light that kicks on. All of a sudden, the night before Sebastian goes missing, we have this motion light. What appears to be two vehicles driving down a weird... I mean, maybe. It's pretty weird, but... Okay, yeah, I got that. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Yes. Here, let me put that up. Yes. Yeah, that's what I was trying to, when I shown earlier. Let me pull this one back up. Yeah, they said telephone pole, which I'm thinking could be this one here. Unless there's one like right in here, but yeah, so somewhere in here. So it could be this one. That would line up just about almost perfectly. But yes, thank you, mods. Yeah. So anyway, two, at least one, maybe definitely two vehicle, two headlights going down a private road that leads into a cemetery just after some weird light that popped on. Then, this is perfect. And here is just a look at both of them, so you can kind of see if you guys think it's like two different vehicles. For the most part, they do the same thing. So one is 345. The 340. I've got so many times written down. I gotta go back at it. But yeah, the 4 to 5 minute difference were at 3:40 something, two different vehicles are seen what appears to be going north to south the night before he went missing. Now here is a perfect overlay of, so if you're just kind of wondering, like, where is that little, not the not our North Star as I call it, but the light that comes on. Where is that? So I'm going to show that. While I do that, I'm going to quickly use the restroom. So I'm going to just go full screen for 2 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Promise you there's much more. It can give me some good ideas. But yeah, if you're wondering about the two SUVs, they're definitely two different SUVs though. One's white, one's black. Okay, I'm gonna quickly use the bathroom. This is gonna show you guys a transition real quick. Hit that like button. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, much better. All right. So now we're gonna move to the 26. Narrow. Sorry. Oh, there's a good overlay back to the daytime. No, those vehicles are way too far. I maybe I could get some temperature readings on when they're so far away. The best I could do is get like temperature readings, like the Kelvin on the lights, and maybe if they're LED or halogen lights. So I mean, there is maybe something, but I don't think we're gonna, know what kind of vehicle they are, but yeah, but it's not a bad thought. So here, just to show you guys, like I said, it's on the horizon for anybody that just thinks, oh, this might be in construction. Watch as we switch to daytime. Remember, this is that light under our North Star. And you'll even see the vehicles driving around as we switch to daylight. As you can see, that is right on the horizon. There's the dump truck going up. That is like the edge from our vantage point of the construction because it kind of goes downhill here. And then that is the cemetery. And then, of course, beyond that is the school. But, so that is where that light is coming from. Because I was curious, wondering, could it be something that they set up, at the edge of construction site, just trying to think of every scenario. But no, it's cemetery. I don't know what the hell they're doing. All right, so now the night he went missing. 3:44. Oh, goes quick. We have a vehicle at 3:45 going east towards the cemetery. Now, I can't say 100% that it turns into the cemetery, but there's only so many cars between 3 and 4 a.m. About 9 to 10 that I've seen. 3 of those are turned into, 3 of them turn into Kellen. So we have this vehicle, and then remember, now we have this light that activates. This is the night he went missing. We kind of went over this on Thursday. But now, this is adding on to the 25th, which we didn't know about 2 days ago. So, once again, we have that light, except, again, it's not on a timer, like set to go off at the same exact time every night, because one, looked at the 27th, the 28th, nothing. Looked at midnight, 4 a.m., different times, nothing, not even vehicles. And as you can see, the time, 3:43. So the 2 connections here, we have this light that appears, one at 3:23 on the night before he went missing, at 3:42 it starts on the night he went missing, and then after that, vehicles show up. This is basically what I'm trying to get to. So is this, is there a connection with this light, whatever it may be, and is it somebody out there, I don't know, digging, doing something, and then a vehicle comes and picks this person up? And on the night he went missing, there's a lot of activity that goes on. This is more at the, not the entrance of the cemetery, but, kind of where the buildings are at. So we have our little light over here, and then we have these buildings, right? Oops. These buildings where all these little lights here are, I think 1 or 2 might be the school behind it, the annex part, but the other lights are this church here, which then leads into the cemetery. But as you can see, that light's still on for a little bit. It's going to fade out at 3:49. It completely fades out. Remember, there was a car at 3. So remember, we saw that car at 3:45 going down east, and then at 3:47 we see a car. So that's why I think, could this be that car going down Long Hollow East and turning into the cemetery? So I'll let that play. Oh, South Oz says, "Don't stop, Chris. I admire your dedication. Sebastian's out there somewhere. I look forward to the day your hard work pays off." Oh, I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much, South Oz. Again, keep in mind, I would not be able to do this without your guys' support. So, yeah, it's a team effort. And as we mosey along here, as the light, whatever this thing may be, dissipates, we then have our car, yet again, And I think I zoom in here. Yeah, slow down. So just a few minutes after we just saw a car 2 minutes ago. I'm trying to read chat here. Oh, that's such a great question, Julie. Love to know. So again, see more activity with the car. So again, is that the same car that's like just looping around in the cemetery? It's not a big cemetery. Here is can't do much, but here's a cemetery. There's kind of an in and out, so like a one laner in and out. You can actually see someone leaving there. And then you have this road, and then this is the road that kind of cuts through the cemetery. And you've got this little road here. And then another little loop, but you have this little private road. And again, that's on the 25th, the night before he went missing, is where we saw a car driving about right here. And now, the night he went missing, we've got either one or more two cars. As you can see, now it's 3:51. So again, this is the third time now we're seeing movement of a vehicle. Slow down here. Remember that light was about right here. So cemetery, buildings about here. Third time we see a vehicle. Again, is it just one vehicle that's like circling around? Are they picking this person that may have been out there doing something up? Getting rid of evidence? Clearly see it's definitely, a vehicle of some sort. Interesting. And then here is me. Let's see. Oh, showing that the two different times, like literally just 2 minutes apart. That's why I wonder: is this really just one car? Is this two cars? It's such a strange time of the night in a cemetery. On the night the Sebastian disappeared. There we go. Again, I know it's not much to look at, but it's just the fact that we know it's a light source, most likely a vehicle, especially, when you start to see like white, amber, especially the orange, red, like tail light. Definitely tells us it's definitely a car. And then the last thing that happens is at 3:53. We see this car exit the cemetery. And this is actually caught on. Oh, and then on top of that, interestingly enough, so, sorry, 1 second. If we look, that's at 3:53. 3:53. And that isn't quite the exit, right? I mean, because we can't really see that far. I mean, we could probably see like to the buildings, right? So, that's at 3:53, and then 6 minutes later, we have a vehicle heading west. Oh, it goes by fast. Let's see it up here. 3:59 and 6 seconds. Three, two, one. There it comes. And that's Long Hollow. So car entered at 3. Oh my gosh, I got so many times in my head right now. Before all this started, 3:45, right? 3:45? Yeah, 3:45. Oof. So many times. Oh, in my head right now. So yeah, what do you guys think? Pretty wild. Again, I've been looking. Like I said, as I showed at the beginning, this is the 27th, the night after, and here's it being fast forward. Nothing. We have our North Star. Nothing happening. No vehicles. Nothing going on. Go to the 28th, 3 a.m. We got our North Star. Again, no mysterious light that pops up for 6 minutes. No vehicles. I could show you midnight. I could show you 4 a.m. I could show you the 25th. Or no, I'm sorry. What do I got? The 25th, 26th. Yeah, I could show you different times before. Sorry, car alarm's going off. But so far, nothing going on at other times. Yeah. All right. So you guys said something about a flare. I want to check that out. I'm going to read chat here. So let me go back. You guys said something about a flare. I am curious. I'm going to stop and read chat here. Let me know what you guys think about the cemetery. I'm sure you already have. It's tough when you're trying to present all this, and I know you guys are trying to give your input on it. Yeah, someone else brought that up about the obituaries. Yeah. I don't think that's a bad idea. Okay, let me get to the SUV here. Okay. I think it's supposed to be kind of like a scarecrow. Oh, that's funny. Literally, as I say that, there's somebody that there's that's hilarious. Yeah, we're gonna look at that flare now. You guys will have to point it out unless I. Poach. Reading your chat, guys. Here, we're gonna see the other view here in just a second. Motion light at that main building because the one I go to directory gravestones has a motion light at the garage. That's not a bad thought, Suanna. It's just weird that the spot that light is at, it's just there's no buildings. That I can see anyway. It was a trash truck. Pink Warriors. That's funny. That's funny. That's not a bad idea, Myrna. That's a good way of thinking. I don't think it would hurt. I don't, Yeah, is that normal for anybody to be out there in the cemetery at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday night? Or Monday morning, I guess? Okay, alright, sorry. Okay. Alright, tell me guys when you see this flare, unless I see it first. I'm scared without the mask. Yeah. Okay. All right. We are. Is this where we saw the flare, right? Are you saying that it already went off? Hold on. Am I? Hold on. Okay. All right. Okay. I'm just. My focus is on this for a minute. Keep in mind, this is a natural light from that barn or building from the building way back there. It's kind of where the mannequin is, actually, back this way. Because we're looking a little more northeast. I'd say almost more east by northeast. So that, I don't know if you guys are talking about that, and then that's a bug. I haven't seen anything yet. If you guys are talking about this is just the light that's on, and it's just fading in and out because it's probably. Oh yeah, it's the 27th. It was starting to get windy. That 27th, the 28th get windy. So this light. Are you guys talking about this? And then there was a bug that just flew up. Was it the bug flying? Were you guys talking about the bug flying? No? Okay, I'm gonna keep looking. Where's this damn? Okay, so here's the officer. Nope, he just pulled out a spotlight. God, look at the spotlight. You can definitely tell the difference between the headlight and the spotlight. Holy hell. So headlight, spotlight. Look how far. I mean, whoa. Hey, clearly he's turning it. Now it's just his headlight. Man, he didn't have it on for very long. I think this is why I think they're looking for the car. They're looking for the cars. Because I think if you're looking for like Sebastian, you'd be doing a little bit of more. I don't. I mean, if you're gonna drive out there, I mean, wouldn't you spend a little bit of time like kind of scanning around? You know, like to me, that's why I think they're looking for the suspicious cars. Yeah, I did not see a flare. Maybe you guys saw the bug fly up, and I could get why maybe you might have thought that was a flare. I've seen so much. Again, I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I've seen just. I mean, I just grew up editing footage and nighttime footage, daytime footage, and yeah, yeah. I did not see a flare. I saw a bug fly up and actually two bugs, but yeah, I don't think there was a flare, guys. Did they do a handoff? Yeah. Going back to the cemetery. Yeah, that's what I wonder. I mean, okay, you thought the bug was flare. Okay. Hey, it happens. It happens. I get those damn bugs. Those damn bugs. Because they leave these, you know, especially the closer ones and the bigger ones, they leave that tracer. Yeah. So anyway. Yeah, I think they were looking for a car. I think, yeah. Because to me, it's like, why would this guy come out here, pull out a spotlight for, God, I mean, what, 2 seconds? Like, let's time this. Yeah, okay, yeah, those bugs are a little distracting. So let's just time this here. Okay, headlight 42, 43, 44, 1, 43, 43, 43, 43, 43, 43, 43, 49, 43, 49. 6 seconds. He uses this amazing spotlight all for 6 seconds. And then don't forget, there's a one on the next day, right? He's not the only one. We have another undercover SUV on the 28th. Take the same exact drive. Oops. Except I didn't blow this one up, but he didn't even bother. I don't. Maybe his vehicle didn't have a spotlight, but yeah. Again, what's the point? You know, I think there was another objective there. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Oh, when you're zoomed in on the car in the graveyard, you can see people in front of the headlights. I don't know about that. I mean, there could be, but I don't. That's way too far to see people. I mean, people at that distance would be a pixel, 2 pixels at best. There could be people. Not saying that. Yeah, I mean, this is we're talking. How many? Yeah, I could do the measurements. 400 feet, give or take. That far away. Any individual, it just yeah. Don't forget, pareidolia is a pain in the ass. It's our brains are just wired that way to see things, see patterns. Not saying that there couldn't be people walking around those cars. I just don't know from that distance, from where we're at, we'd be able to see anything like that. You're more than welcome, obviously, to take my footage, what you have here, and go over what, you know. Kat, if you, yeah, I don't. I mean, I've been looking at this. I slow it down. I see lights moving, but you gotta remember, like, this is a whole car. Like, this would be like a few pixels at best, and that's a whole car. So a person that far away would be a pixel at best. Yeah, I think that's just way too far to see an actual individual walking, in my opinion. I know it's kind of hard because it's nighttime and you can't really get the idea of the perspective of how far it really is from where we're at because it's nighttime. I mean, here's a good example. Here, just to show you what I'm talking about. What? Oh, here we go. Just to show you, Cat. Again, I don't blame me if you do see something. I do think it's more maybe a case of pareidolia. But so look at, I mean, so here's this guy, and he's only about 550 to 100 feet from us, give or take. But once he gets out there, and this is just the construction, right? What we're looking at is beyond the construction. He's, I can find one. He's so much harder to see. I mean, I can barely find a guy during the daytime. He's there. Hold on, I'm trying to find one. Right there, right there, right there. There's the dog. So the dog is right there. And that is like 300 feet. And that's like a couple pixels. So, and what we're looking at is beyond that. So, I mean, just look at the size of the car and then think about how big a human would be. And then, of course, that would be another 100 feet. So I don't think, like, we would actually see someone. But that doesn't mean that there wouldn't be people out there. So please don't take this the wrong way. There could definitely be people walking around, but I just don't think we'd be able to see it from that far away. This is what I'm trying to say. Okay, I will. 1 second. Thank you, Raider. Raiders, I'm sorry. When law enforcement comes around looking for light from barn goes off. When law enforcement comes around, looks like light from barn goes off. Motion light doesn't go on, off that fast. Can you reply, check in your opinion? Oh, you're talking about the light. You're talking about this light here? If you are, this is the 27th. If I show you the 28th, or the 26th, not the 28th. Or here, I'll just show you the 25th even. Oh shit, I have it zoomed in. It's right there though. Oh shit. Oh, I hate zooming in on this one. Because it's not going to zoom in where I want it to zoom in, will it? No, it won't. So that light is right here. Here's me fast forwarding it. I know it's probably hard as hell to see, which sucks. If you notice, almost it's just solid. But if I were to play the 27th, so here's the 27th, there, yeah, it's right here. It is going to fade in and out. Okay, see, look how it gets brighter. And then it goes off. See, it's right here. And then it's almost off right now. That is just because there's a bunch of trees and it's windy that day. The 27th, 28th, it gets worse. So those are just branches moving and blocking the light. So yeah. Believe me, I kept my eye on that thing because if Sebastian walked past it, he would interfere with it on the 26th. So I kept my eye on that. But so hopefully that answers your question, and thank you for the $4.99. I don't think I've ever had the helicopter surge video. If anybody has it, wants to send it to me, yeah, Kat, if you want to send it to me, I mean, I will happy to look at it. I just, in my opinion, that far away, I don't think you're gonna make somebody out. That goes without saying. That doesn't mean there isn't somebody out there. Raiders, where are you? Oh, I can't go back to my own stream. Sorry, Raiders. I don't know what you're looking at. What? It was a flare. I don't know. I don't. We've got 2 hours. If point it out, put it in the chat, and I'll timestamp it, and I'll go back in my live and look at it. I mean, it looks like you did in the chat, but if you can in the comments, put it in there, and I'll look at it. No, Diana, trust me. I've studied the 27th and the 28th. The 28th's more windier. The 27th, again, we're talking just all the tree has to do is just just a little bit. You can hear it. Here, let me just hear. Hold on. Oh, there it was. Yeah, it's windy. You hear it? This is the 27th. That's the wind blowing. Yeah, it's because the storm comes in. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate the feedback and you guys looking at. Oh, let's end the poll here. Ooh, man, 700 votes. 72% think Petty Little Crispy, if he didn't have anything to do with Sebastian, except for before and after, think he would take a deal. I agree with that. Oh, believe me, VM, I think a lot of us have. A lot of us have. Yeah. Oh, I appreciate it, Raider. Yeah, I think it was a bug. I mean, if it was a flare, I mean, I'm not saying I am not perfect. I miss stuff all the time. I always go back and find something. Yeah, yeah, it was really windy. 27's pretty windy, and then the 28th it gets super windy. Yeah. All right, guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We'll be back Monday, and it'll be December. So can't believe it. But yeah, maybe I'll do a members live tomorrow. Actually, because so I don't know. If I do, it'll be a short live, hour tops. So for the mods, I'll let you guys know by like 2 my time or something. All right, guys. Oh, one other thing. If you can, for those, I've been getting a lot of emails from a lot of different people, and of course, I know everybody's trying to help me. But if we can, just for the next like week or so, if we can, just try to keep the emails to just if it's like really, really important. I know everybody's trying to give me different, everybody's just trying to help. But right now, it just seems like everybody like decided to like team up and email me, and I'm like, I can't. There's just one of me. And yeah, so if you guys can for like the next week or so, if you really just really try to keep the emails down. If you can, just to really relevant or major tips or major news. Just for a bit, because yeah, it's been wild. I can't get back to everybody because I've been getting so many emails. So, all right, pet outro again. Don't send any pets in if you're new members. We're gonna wait a week or so. We try to do it, maybe once a month or something like that. But we'll do it like in a week or so with the newer members get asked for pets. So anyway, much love to you guys. Thank you, mods. God bless. Have a good night. See you guys likely tomorrow, if not Monday for sure. God bless.